All right. It's Dontron and Heine already here, wondering where I am. I'm still playing with this new webcam. That's a bit better. Just adjusting my lighting. Oh, and now it's focusing up. Which is what I didn't like about the other one. But anyway, it looks like we're hunky-dory. And was it Saturday night? Which, you know, some people say is all right for fighting. Yeah, this is a... Yeah, still got a little bit of must in there. Could maybe filter this a bit more. This is a flavored gin I made. Oh, maybe I should put it through a coffee filter, actually. Hey, Greg, and Home for the Elderly. No, if you're saying that to me, no. This is absolutely not what my hair looks like when it's been washed. This is what my hair looks like when it hasn't been washed for several days. When my hair's washed, it's all kind of floofy. This is several days of not washing my hair. Anyway, I'm just going to do one cocktail video tonight. It's a specific thing I wanted to do, and I'll do that quickly. Let's get set up. I'm just using this gold leaf gin liqueur that I found on sale, I don't know, months back. It's not very good, and I'm going to try something to see if it's palatable. I don't know if it will be. Hey, can anyone else out there burp on command? I can. Oh, okay. Setting up the camera. All right. Had my gin in the freezer. The liqueur in the fridge because I just didn't want to fuck around with ice. Okay. And this. And this. Fashion sense. Putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper. Trying not to look like Gary Cooper. Zoopa-doopa. Putting on the Ritz. Right, let's try this. What's this look like? Looks about right. Okay, I'm hoping this camera captures it. Captures the old gold leaf. Wait. Gotta actually turn the camera on, you Egypt. Slow mode. And we're good. Ooh, freezer gin is a bit more viscous than room temperature gin. Okay. Dunzo. Fucking shit. God, I thought I was going to break something there. Okay, I'll wipe some of the frost off this. Now, what is a liqueur made in the UK? There you go. Gingerbread and orange. All right. Get quick through this. Okay. I think that's good. G'day, cocktail lovers. I'm going to give you a bargain hunting post-Christmas tip now. Yeah. G'day, cocktail lovers. I'm going to give you a bargain hunting tip that usually works for me after Christmas. See, the bottle shops or the liquor stores or whatever you call them where you are, they tend to have Christmas-themed packaging around booze because they want people to give it as gifts. Now, this might literally just be the box something's presented in, or it might be a Christmas-themed variation of something. They don't all sell at Christmas. And so often, post-Christmas, they're on sale. And I tend to swoop in. I got this one. They call this a snow globe gin liqueur. It's actually got little bits of gold leaf floating in it. Wait, where's my phone? Ugh. It had a little light on the bottom of it when I got it, but it's a very cheap plastic thing and it didn't last very long. But I think maybe, look, if I put my phone light under there, you can maybe see the gold. If you leave it sitting for a while, it all tends to sink to the bottom, but it's very fine leaf, so you can do that, and you get the snow globe effect, which is kind of fun. This is made in the UK and they call it an orange and gingerbread liqueur. I'll be honest with you, it's not great. I don't know what I was expecting from it, but I didn't get much. But I want to find some way to use it. I had an idea of actually just mixing it with some stronger gin and making a martini variant that would have gold leaf. That would look really sophisticated, wouldn't it? That would make me look classy and wealthy. I'm keeping this very simple, and in fact, I kept my gin in the freezer, which is a pretty good idea anyway. But I was doing it in this case and keeping this liqueur in the fridge. Didn't put that in the freezer because I thought it might freeze, because I didn't want to risk stirring on ice and losing some of the gold leaf to the ice in the mixing glass. So I just had them cold, and I made it really simply like this. Straight into a martini glass, I put 2 ounces or 60 mils of dry gin, and then I added 2 ounces or 60 mils of the gin liqueur. It's that simple. Now I've got a pseudo martini with gold leaf floating in it. Now I just want to know what it actually tastes like. Oh, okay. This is much better than the liqueur on its own. I recommend use a very good quality gin if you're doing something like this. I use my Archiero's Bone Dry, which is a rather special one. It's a very sweet variation on a martini, particularly with how much of the liqueur I put in. But hell, I need to use up, and I wanted to get a decent amount of gold leaf in there. So that's what I've done. I'm a super sophisticated rich guy with a gold leaf martini. So I really recommend go out and look for post-Christmas bargains. You never know what you'll find. You might end up being as sophisticated as me with a gold leaf martini. Cheers. Okay. It's not terrible. The gin helps a lot. Okay, switching stuff off. Fashion sense. A bit on the rinse. Right, now let's switch this off. We get back to, oh wow, focus has gone all funny. Not sure I bought a really cheap webcam, and I'm not sure that was a good idea. But we'll see how we go. Speaking of elegant, home for the elderly, bringing gold leaf martini, man. It is genuinely not bad. Not absolutely fantastic. It's actually got a real gingerbread. You get that slight heat from gingerbread when it's made with real ginger. That's actually got a little bit of that. So, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, you've been shopping. Ocean's 11, Spectre, the James Bond movie, a TV series, The Rig. I've seen all of those. Pretty good choices. The Rig is a really interesting series. I don't know if you've seen it or if you bought the disc on spec, but I found it to be quite an interesting show. It's got quite a few twists and turns. Ooh, man. Okay. That really comes back at you if you burp. Okay, you haven't seen it. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy it. I liked watching it. Tell you what, that is growing on me. That's how to have that liqueur with gin. Like drinking gin with nothing on. I haven't seen all the sequels. There's Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13. I think I've seen Ocean's 12. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure I watched all of it, and I've seen parts of it. And then there was the woman one, Ocean's 8, or whatever. Yeah, I think that's a fair call, actually. A lot of name actors, and they were used well. I have to admit, I like the 70s? Was it 60s or 70s? With Frank Sinatra being the lead con man in Ocean's 11. I do like that version. But, Clooney and Pitt, they work very well together. They've got a lot of charm and charisma. Yeah, no, I guessed it was the Clooney version you got, yeah. Huge Sammy Davis Jr. fan. I hated the ending. You know what? I genuinely don't remember the exact ending. I remember enjoying the movie overall, but I don't remember the ending specifically. Sean, you getting cold weather in your part of the world? Well, we are heading for temperatures above 40 Celsius, 100 Fahrenheit, and it is looking like that's going to go on for months. So, yikes, I say. That's a bit too goddamn hot. Today was as warm as I like it to get. It got to about 26 Celsius. Okay. There's a fun bit of trivia that I didn't know. All Rat Pack movies had numbers in the titles. What else was there? Robin and the Seven Hoods. What other Rat Pack movies were there? The Rig has a lot of Chinese on the back. Might be a co-production, or a disc was intended for that market. 2 or 3 millimeters thinner than normal. Ooh, interesting. So you're 50 Fahrenheit at the moment. That's cold, isn't it? He said, not knowing. But I'm on the internet, so I can check. 50 F2C. Oh yeah, 10 Celsius. That's starting to get cold. So obviously not freezing, but that's starting to get cold. Sergeant, okay, I got Robin and the Seven Hoods. Sergeant's 5, never heard of it. Remake of Gunga Din. Okay. All right, literally never heard of that one. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen Robin and the Seven Hoods. I'm just aware of its existence. Man alive. There are men alive in here. One of my silly turns of phrase and my never-ending commitment to Simpsons references. I was in the Burns slant drilling operation when Moe's Tavern is full of toxic fumes. And a waste disposal crew in hazmat suits come in and they're taking readings. And I walk in and one of them goes, man alive! There are men alive in here. See? Sergeant's 3. I didn't pick it up because I've never heard of it. So you could have got away with that. God, I've been making so many things today. Making a new sugar syrup, my brown spiced apple brown sugar syrup, which tomorrow that will be a component in an eggnog I'm going to make. Planning on making a tequila and sherry eggnog recipe that I found. What else am I? Well, I got this because I was chopping up apples for the sauce and had the peels still, and I thought I'm going to make a syrup with those. And so I covered the peels in sugar and it's liquefying, and I'm going, what can I do with that? And I've decided to make a whiskey apple liqueur or apple whiskey liqueur. It's going a nice red color from the red peel. I'm going to leave this for a couple of days, maybe a week, and then strain it out. And I think that's going to be super fucking yum. Apple whiskey liqueur. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? So who's saying about Sergeant 3? Davis Bishop? Joey Bishop? Salt and pepper. Okay, Davis and Bishop. Yeah, quite a little bit racist, but pretty benign for the time. And again, that crew were, very inclusive of black performers, quite ahead of their time, really. First movie directed by Richard Donner. That's a fun bit of trivia. Mano is the director of the Goonies and Superman movies. Chris, so glad to hear you doing fantastic. Fantastic news, my friend. May we all continue to be fantastic in this weird and troubling world we live in. I'm leading a fantastic life where I drink cocktails that have gold leaf in them. Because That's just how I roll. It may have concentrated the liqueur at the bottom of the glass because it's heavier than the gin, but. Of course, Donna directed Lethal Weapon, the other Christmas movie. I am Mr. Fancy, Chris. I'm definitely Mr. Fancy. Oh, I need to cleanse my palate a little bit. God, I don't know if I'm ever going to do anything else with that gold leaf liqueur. I am not a fan, basically. All right. Gonna have my white chocolate custard clarified cocktail. Yes, no, I actually got what you're saying. Everyone says Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Yeah. People, well, it's weird. Like Eyes Wide Shut is a Christmas film. If Die Hard's a Christmas film, in honor of Lethal Weapon, have an actor say the name of the movie just like they did. Yes, Danny Glover does actually say it, doesn't he? We have to register you as a lethal weapon. Yeah, Christmas memes. Was it? I think Family Guy had a joke about that they love it when they say the name of the movie during the movie, and they're in the cinema and they're watching The Hunt for Red October, and someone on the boat goes, "Make no mistake, gentlemen, we are engaged in The Hunt for Red October." And he's, "Oh, they said it. They did the thing," which of course doesn't actually happen in the movie. Oof. Man, I love the smell of citrus peel. This one's been difficult. I've had it for too long. The peels started to dry out. That's okay. It's still going to put some aromatics in there. Oh, God. Oh, man, that one's fucking pain. Mrs. Angry can have these little pieces in her hot chocolate in the morning. Because that's how we roll in Shay Angry. Hello, Hannah. Nice to see you. Don't think you'll be walking for a week. Oh, damn. Tough day at work. Watch Lethal Weapon and Die Hard every Christmas? I mean, why not? And, of course, I mean, Home Alone's a Christmas movie, yeah? Like, Christmas is thematically important. Oh, God. Made me think of The Nightmare Before Christmas. And it's like a social media post where in response to someone going like, it's like, September 11th is like such a big thing for Americans. It's like as significant a holiday. It's like it's as significant a holiday as Thanksgiving or Christmas. And in response, someone did a picture of Jack Skellington coming up to a tree where the symbol on it is the Twin Towers. Going, what's this? What's this? One can only assume if he goes through the door, he's actually going to do a 9/11. Damn. You had an 11-hour day. Supervisor's role, but not getting supervisor's. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Home Alone is a classic. Okay. More awesome ones. What about new Christmas movies? Like Red One. Hey? Has anyone? I have not. I have no intention of spending an hour and a half, 2 hours of my time watching that. You even worked an extra hour to get orders done. Oh, God, you have to fix up other people's shit. Yeah, okay. God damn it. That's always a pain in the ass. Oh my God, that's so fucking yummy. That legit tastes like the white chocolate custard. It doesn't taste like booze. That was actually, I decided to clarify my barrel-aged martini. I did like made about a liter of martini and barrel-aged it. And it was fine, but I didn't love it. So I thought, what's it good? I'll clarify it with this, with orange juice and this white chocolate custard from the supermarket. And it's fucking yum. It's got a reasonable booze content. Not sure exactly what it would be, but it mostly tastes of the white chocolate. So I'm having this clear cocktail that's fairly boozy, but just tastes like white chocolate custard. It's fucking yummy. I was kind of tempted to watch Violent Night, David Harmer and John Leguizamo. Yeah, okay, you like it. I might watch it then. It looked quite funny. I mean, even I have to admit, I quite enjoyed the Billy Bob Thornton movie, Bad Santa. It's very silly. But I like it. Bad Santa 2 is nowhere near as good, but it's okay. And, you know, Kathy Bates as his mum, she's fucking incredible, actually. She's the best thing about Bad Santa 2. She's just amazing. But Billy Bob Thornton goes so far over the deep end with his incredibly offensive Santa. It's fucking wild. It's literally, for me, it's one of those ones when you look at it and go, really? They're doing that? They're getting away with this? Okay. Damn. This year got 3 Christmas movies. The Night Before, a Seth Rogen film. Office Christmas Party, Jason Bateman. I think I watched the start of Office Christmas Party. And I think I've watched a bit of that Seth Rogen one as well, The Night Before. Is that, because Seth Rogen's Jewish, is that him going to his Christian girlfriend's family's Christmas and he doesn't know any of the shit that's happening? Are you going to watch Dear Santa, the new Jack Black one? Yeah, I'll be interested to hear if that's any good. Hannah, you give him paid as a supervisor? Yes. Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. You're actually taking the responsibility and not getting paid. Fucking annoys me when companies don't recognize what they should be doing like that. Chris, you don't really celebrate Christmas. Why just watch a couple action flicks? Yeah, that's fair. I'm just going to be chilling out with Mrs. Angry. You watch the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. And you're going to watch Violent Night again. Oh, dear. Well, you know, we each have our own. Oh, my God. It's like, are there any Hanukkah films? There's a really shitty animated film with Adam Sandler in it from, about 10 years ago called 12 Crazy Nights. I watched it. I couldn't tell you a fucking thing about it because it was not memorable. It was bad. So your work doesn't give you the choice. No, I get it. Yeah, but it's shit. Like, you're dedicated to your work. You're doing the right thing. You're doing the extra work and whatnot. And they're just taking it for granted, which I find really fucking annoying. Oh, is Martin Short in the Santa Claus 3? Okay, it's Jack Frost. God, if I remember rightly, there was a year where 2 movies come out. I think there was like a family-friendly one where Michael Keaton was the snowman that came to life. And then there was a horror one, and I think both movies were called Jack Frost, and they came out the same Christmas. Very confusing. You didn't do the role, meant the day would go up in flames. Yeah, I know. But again, you're dedicated to getting things right, and it's just kind of fucking annoying that they take it for granted. Yeah, you do the job with no credit, or you don't do it, and everything's fucked. It annoys you because technically a supervisor, but she works Monday to Friday. Paid your supervisor one Saturday, put her on for advice. Yeah, no, it's kind of. Oh God, I should point you to. There's someone who does these short animations on YouTube. A character called Veronica who doesn't take any shit in the workplace. They're really quite funny. They're just like stick figure animations about the workplace, and it's just like, yeah, like no, you're paying me this. You're paying me the overtime you said you would. Oh yeah, but I found out it was against the rules. That's your problem. The only reason I came in was to get the overtime, so you're making sure I get paid. It's not my problem how that happens. Not like they're paying it based on the person paying it because they think it wants. Yeah, it's just. You're putting in extra work and they're taking for granted that you're doing it. Last 2 weekends before Christmas, it's you and whoever. Hannah runs the show but doesn't give it. Yeah. And it's bullshit. It's kind of like, it feels like they know you will do it, and it's bullshit. They take that for granted. It's like, and it says, fuck you all. Not working all the public holidays you want me to. Okay. Henry, do I take music requests? Yes, I do. I'll sing any song you ask for that I know, and you will regret. Oh my God. Sorry. I just remembered. Singing made. I was in the supermarket and this stupid thing was there. It's a voice changer, and I don't think it's going to work. So you'll tell me. It's got 3 voices. This one is supposed to be spooky, I think. Yeah, you struck out there, Enrock. No idea about that. It kind of works. This one is supposed to be an alien. Yeah, it is kind of creepy. This is supposed to be a robot. This one is unintelligible. What if I came up real close to the microphone? Is this suitably creepy? There's a slight delay of when I say something and it comes out. Oh, yes. Those old school microphones. And all it was a vibrating spring in it that made it sound like gave you shivers. Okay. Chris agrees. That's horrible. Oh, yeah. No, I've been told not to like do ASMR stuff close to my phone. What's the alien one? Does the alien sound any better this close to the microphone? I think this is how you record ransom requests. Yes, I'll find you and release the pigeons on you. Yeah, it was only a few dollars. It was in Coles. You want one? Yeah. I couldn't resist. It was only a few dollars. I agree. That's quite weird that you hear me. Yes, I have a friend. I've always wanted a friend. Ooh, maybe I could sing harmonies. Would that work? Yeah, I'll probably take this into work, quite honestly. And the team will tell me to stop it. Anyway, you're not the boss of me, and my boss will say, yes, I am. And I go, well, true. Technically, you're the boss of me. So I have another flavored thing. This is a gin that I flavor. This is like a savory, sweet and savory gin, because I flavored it with cheese. This is angry, and I got that was coated with dried grapes. Oh gosh, that I should pass it around in the team meeting on Monday. Yes, do I know sunshine? With which voice? Is it working? Okay. Ain't no sunshine anymore. Ain't no sunshine anymore. I don't know the other words, but it kinda goes like this. I have the magic talking stick, so only I am allowed to talk. I will get... Oh, the robot one doesn't work. It's... Oh, this might work. This is Alpha Chickmunk. What's a famous Chickmunk song? Put it on my desk. If anyone wants to talk to you, they have to use the magic talking stick. The Chipmunks just did a whole bunch of covers, didn't you? I had the Chipmunks Christmas when I was a kid. That's how I got it. Witch doctor. Oh yeah. My friend, the witch doctor, he taught me what to say. Bum, 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 bum. My friend, the witch doctor, he taught me what to do. Bum, 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 bum. I know that you'll be mine when I say this to you. Oh, baby. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Ooh, ee, ee, ooh, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Ooh, ee, ooh, ting, tang, walla, bing, bang. And yeah, that's it. Christmas time, oh, Christmas time is here, the time for cheer. That's terrible. My boss would take this away from me so quick. But you know what? Sometimes it just happens. Okay. It's a whole... I'm probably going to take this into work on Monday. Go prepared. Duct tape it to your head. I'm sorry. Oh no, switched off. I'm sorry, but the magic talking stick controls me now. There's nothing I can do. This is our life now. This is so stupid. I love it. If I'd have found this a little bit earlier, I would have sent this to my Secret Santa. Mind you, I did send them something equally stupid, which was fun. You know what? I want to start an infinity whiskey bottle. Maybe I'm going to empty some whiskey bottles. Saying nothing. Just put a sign on a desk saying, you must use the magic talking stick. And if they just start talking to me, you go, I can't hear you. Use the magic talking stick. Did you complete the brief of the secretary? The secretary is lost to us now. It is only chaos and the void. Sit there and stand out with Elfie, reindeer. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to do that so much. Oh, that could be my one thing. Okay, so this is going well. There was a lot of sugar in the bottom, but the sugar's all dissolved now. This is going to be a fucking treat. I've got to give it a few days for the flavors to really go in there. I think I'll taste test this on Tuesday. Probably doing a Tuesday stream. I'll taste test it then. But what else? Oh God, I should have. You know what? I'm going to decant my barrel aged old fashioned because it tasted fucking awesome last night. I need to get a couple of bottles, and I'm going to make an infinity whiskey bottle. If anyone asks why I'm doing it, shrug and say, might have gone mad with power, might just be mad. Got to wait for the test results. Nice. Okay, I'm going to go and get a couple of bottles. Right. Okay, just give me a minute. I won't be long. I'll be back. All right. So here we are. Gonna decant my old fashioned. This, we have our little filter to filter out the carbon that might come out. Okay. Not sure what I'm going to put in here, but here we go. There we go. You get like some peeing ASMR. I don't know if you can hear that. This is gonna take a little while. Then I have to think of what to put in here. It's all good. Go on. This is like getting a toddler to pee. Go on, you can do it. Just aim there. You know, it's gonna be good. The flow is so slow. I could actually do it through the hole in the top, which would probably be faster, but it's also likely to be, man, okay, we're getting close to filling this bottle up. I hope I don't run out of room. I hope I don't run out of room. Okay, we didn't run out of room. Good stuff. All right, a little bit more. All right, that's some good stuff. All right, close the little tap off so I don't forget. Put the stopper back in. That'll be something sometime soon. Okay. Oh, there are tiny little dots of charcoal on there. All right, so that's my old fashioned. Now, got to decide. Okay, I need bottles that are almost empty to go in. Okay, so there's this one. Got to be down to about a quarter of the bottle. What's this one? Sticky toffee apple. Not yet, I don't think. But that started. What's this one? No. Ooh. No. That's too distinctive a taste. This one, though, good whiskey, yes. What's this one? Honestly, yeah, probably that one. Corn whiskey. What's this one? That's Solera, and there's lots of it. What's that? Bourbon cask. Botrytis cask. What's this? Yeah, actually, probably the Tailored Angry cocktails. Tell you what, that's freeing up a bit of shelf space. I could bring out a couple more whiskies from in here. The overflow zone, twofold. Wait, do I have a Nova here? We'll go twofold. That can go there. What's this? That is Solera. Okay. What other whiskies do we have here? That's rum. I don't know what that is. So I'll probably put that in. That's something I did, and I don't... Oh, and the Chief's Son. Okay. It's a little bottle. It's never going to break. Now. Alright, that might be enough. So, okay, there's an unopened bottle of Nova. What else is here? Victor's Bourbon. Nova. Okay. This might be this. Oh no, there's too much in that. Triple molasses rum. Nova. Rum. Blasphemy. Gin. Oh, actually, God, I wanted to taste test this one. See if I still really like it. Come on, I can just about reach it. All right. Watkins whiskey. All right. Okay. Think that might be enough. What's that? That is that. Oh, honestly, maybe the Archie Rose, which isn't even open, the rum cask single malt. Oh, there is only a little bit of that rye. All right, we've got a bunch of stuff happening here. So, what other whiskies can we bring out here now? The Nova, probably, so I know where it is. And the Rogan's Way. Alright. Nope, that doesn't want to happen. You know what, we'll just do this. That'll be fine. Alright, a few different whiskies out there now. Put this one back. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to sit down and do a couple things. I'm not going to put the string one in. I saw that No, that's all good. Okay, so this bottle is what they're going in. So it's actually been fairly well established, sort of pretty much proven. The less spirit there is in a bottle, the more it oxidizes and you lose flavor. So it's a bad idea to hang out it's a bad idea to save a teeny bit in a bottle because it'll lose all its taste. So is that why I'm going to do the thing with the talking stick, making you look ridiculous? The only joy I feel. You're figuring out why you don't get paid supervisor. This is the shit I go on with at work too. Yeah, well, you got to keep things interesting. Now, I found this little bottle. This is something that I did at some point, and I don't even know what it is. Because this, predates my, it smells like whiskey, predates my label machine. Helpfully supplied by Home for the Elderly. So, we're going to go. I'm just going to taste this. It certainly smells like whiskey, so it's going in. It's definitely, oh man, it's quite nice. Yes, that's you. What did you do? I'm talking about the label maker and how I've got a little bottle of something I did at some point and I don't know what it is because I didn't label the bottle. Yes, the label maker. That's actually pretty good. All right. Nice. A little bit of water to drink, cleanse my palate. Okay. Where did I put the Watkins whiskey? I swear I got it out. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is a Queensland whiskey that's in a stupid bottle because it looks like wine. And so I didn't get it for ages when I saw it was on this big special. Oh, I did not finish the 21-year-old whiskey. Maybe I'll just have a sip of that tonight. I have a little bit of that left. I need to label the magic talking stick. It doesn't really have anywhere for me to stick a label, though. I would love to have magic talking stick on here. But I could put it down there, talking stick. I'm going to see if that works, actually. Where's my label maker? Let's see if that works. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I still got, oh yeah, that's a label I made for someone lucky, or someone who earned it, who's getting something in the mail. Okay. Talking stick. No, that didn't work. Talking stick. That's it. Print. Ooh. Well, aren't I being spoiled? A New Year's Eve present. Sophie, you're putting it together for New Year's Eve. Woof. I'm a lucky boy. Well, I did send you something too, so I'm really into this sending presents back and forth. All right. So put it on the front. Talking stick. I'm definitely taking this into the office tomorrow. Cause a bit of a scene. I'm sorry, but I don't hear you if you don't use the talking stick. This is so stupid. I love it. All right. So you're a bit annoyed. Oh, good Lord. What have you been doing? Okay. Not that I necessarily spent a lot sending you stuff, but I sent you stuff you can't get. All right. I was going to try Watkins whiskey, wasn't I? Okay. Watkins whiskey. Because I remember really liking it. And then I saw another Dan's had it for like a third off. I was like, should I get it? It's normally, oh man, it's really good. It's really good. It's normally $150, and the Dan's had it for $100, so it's like the price of Nova. Oh man, that is really good. All right, that's why I liked it, because it's good. All right, so we are just gonna put some little remnants in here. I sent Stream Whiskey plus a couple of special Starwoods that you just can't get. So enjoy. Chief's son, because actually, you know what? I'm going to hang on to that. The last of Starwood Tawny number 2, 48%. Put in a barrel in 2015, bottled in 2022, finished in 2024. All right. So this is going to be an infinity bottle. Okay, where's the next one? I think it's the good whiskey. Archie Rose, a blend of rye and single malt. I'm going to want to let this sit for a little while for all the flavors to really blend with each other. I think this one, the Angry Cocktails. Shite, I almost broke something there. Sorry, what are we saying here? Deep Overlord voice. Chipmunk for everyone else, yes. New shows on Plex. Book of Boba Fett, American Dad, Bob Hart's Show, Good Place. Don't know if we watch the Ladies Like That Joseph Momoa dude. He is popular. God, I tell you what, I was watching a series on Prime called Cross. It's inspired by a bunch of crime suspense novels from the 90s. Central character by the name of Alex Cross. In the books, he's really old. Like Morgan Freeman played him in a movie or two, and they've reimagined it in the modern world with a young Alex Cross. I really liked the first episode. I actually got a preview of that from Prime, and I was really looking forward to it. I think it's got a little bit silly as it progressed because it relies really heavily on, well, both Cross being like a psychological profiler, which has been shown to not be a real thing and not work, but also relying on the criminal mastermind trope. And criminals just aren't masterminds. So I feel like it's getting a little silly as it progresses. But I swear to God, the guy who plays the Cross role, like when he was depressed, there was this extended shot of him sitting in the shower. He's sitting on the floor of the shower with water rushing over him. Dude has got a fucking physique that made, those classical sculptors go, yes, that's what I'm doing. Like, man, he's like a fucking ebony god. Oh, yeah, Cross is a black character too. Yeah, Kiss the Girls with Ashley Judd and Along Came a Spider. Yeah, there were There were two movies, but yeah. So it's the Alex Cross character, but reimagined in the modern world as a young man, and the dude's buff as fuck. Like, if you like buff black dudes, fucking eye candy out the wazoo in this show. I tell you what. All right, so that's all of. Oh no, I think I might put this rye whiskey in. And it's going to be a real mix. It's like a green bottle. It's like a medicine bottle. I'm not going to keep it because I only like to keep clear bottles, but the gospel, do nice bottles. A little bit more. Actually, maybe I can put this friggin' Chief Sun in as well. All right, I'm clearing up. Man, okay. If anyone went through my recycling this week, they would think I'm a pisshead because I'm going to be putting like 6 whiskey bottles. I'm literally going to be putting 6 whiskey bottles in recycling. But in my defense, they're bottles I've had for up to 2 years. Oh, there's a third one called High Crimes. Okay. Knocking out all the Morgan Freeman movies. Well, he's in the series on Prime, Lioness, that I'm watching. He's the Secretary of State. Oh, look at that. Fucking perfect. All right, Infinity whiskey bottle. There's like 6 different whiskeys in there. I'm going to leave. This is another thing I'm going to taste on Tuesday. I'm going to leave that to percolate because I want the flavors to kind of blend and settle. So I'll put that over there. Special whiskey. Ugh. All right. It's a nice colour. Nice whiskey colour. But I'll taste that on Tuesday after they've all had time to blend with one another. You know what? In the meantime, might pour myself an old-fashioned. Yeah, I think it's a real competition of who has the best voice, Morgan Freeman or James Earl Jones. Remember my first IMAX in Sydney down at Darling Harbour was Africa, the Serengeti, narrated by James Earl Jones. Okay, my old-fashioned. Oh, again, nicely blended old-fashioned. Let's pour one out for the homies. The homies being me. I'm the homies. All right. I like that I freed up a bit of shelf space. Got a few more whiskeys out there now. I don't know if I have low-level rums. I don't think I do. I've got to consider if I want to do an infinity rum bottle as well. Ooh, hot tip. You may or may not have seen it, but I saw it. And for the elderly, I know you like the Starward Honey. It was on special, like $20 off at Coles, Liquorland. Do you have those in WA? I don't even freaking know. Started one of his movies called 10 Items or Less about an actor going to a small supermarket to study people for a role. His driver doesn't come, so a lady who works there drives him. A gorgeous movie, sweet ending, hour and 10 minutes. With 10 minutes of bloopers, 10 minutes credits. Okay. Yeah, so the Starward Honey, like $20 or more off at the Coles bottle shop, at least in the one I saw. I think they have twofold at a good price too. I got some twofold today because Dan's had it at a really good price. Oh, yeah, boy. Oh, that is a fucking nice old-fashioned right there. Minnie bought you a Starward t-shirt for Christmas. Nice. You'll lose weight to wear the t-shirt. Okay. A goal. I like it. Yeah, I'm going to try and get myself fucking sorted with some weight loss. But it is what it is. Just keep doing for personal. Man, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, this old fashioned is fucking awesome. All right, I've got to decide what I'm going to put in that barrel. Maybe I will put the Infinity whiskey in the barrel. Ooh, even if I just leave it for a couple of weeks. Okay, I have to think on that. I think that could be a good idea. Putting the Infinity whiskey in the barrel. Yes, have to stop drinking Starwood so you can fit in the Starwood t-shirt. Womp womp. Irony. Ah, yes. Oh my god, that's fucking great though. Damn, that's good. That is some good shit. I am liking that. It's so funny after last night. I didn't even think I particularly drank that much. I mean, I was drinking last night and we stayed up till not quite 2, but it was pretty fucking late. But again, to not disturb Mrs. Angry, I actually slept in the spare room. And then I woke up and it was about 6 a.m. Mrs. Angry is normally awake by then, so I can go back into bed without disturbing her. And so I did, which is nice, and snuggled up. And she kind of said, like, you still smell like alcohol. You wouldn't like, and so this was about 7 or 8 o'clock when she was getting up. She's going, yep, you still smell like alcohol. You best not try to drive a car for a little while. I was like, I'm actually just going to sleep for a while. I think I slept till about 10. I'm not sure. But yes, apparently after sleeping for 4 or 5 hours, I still smelled like booze. So, but I don't think I hit it that hard. I think it was just because it was late when I was still drinking. I didn't hit that hard because I wasn't off at all today. Sometimes after a big Friday night, I don't get a hangover because I think I don't actually abuse the alcohol that badly. But I can feel a little bit off, like just slightly unwell, and I can be really tired. And I was not tired today and not at all unwell, no headaches. So all good in the, but I'm not staying up late tonight. I'm an old man. I can't stay up late every night. Oof. That's a fucking good old fashioned, I tell you what. Do you think what else would I put in the barrel? I think maybe I do just want to put my Infinity whiskey in there, and I top it up a bit. Hey Celtic, how are you doing? Good to see you, man. Just chilling. You like the show? Honestly, I love this. The psychedelic cat with the psychedelic drinks. I really like this one. It's like the cat's tripping balls after having a really potent cocktail that they're making, and with the rainbow and all. So very, very, very gay martini. That's what we're all about. It's good stuff. Put this down there, pick up a bit of flavor. Oh yeah, but Celtic knows I love it. He comes in, says he likes the shirt. Well, the kilt's like extremely utilitarian and goes with everything. So I have two kilts. One's just black, the utility kilt, and one's the hybrid one. So it's like a black kilt, but tartan in the pleats, which I really fucking like. Yeah, no, it's there. Safra asks what I had for dinner. Celtic compliments the shirt, and I'm fucking here for it in both cases. I'd miss it if they didn't do it, quite honestly. So, yeah, what would be matching? I mean, honestly, I think any of them go with it because the kilt's a little bit flamboyant, the shirts are a little bit flamboyant. We might be having some kilt streams coming up because we're getting some fucking hot weather. Monday's going to be the super hot one. What's tomorrow? Okay. What's the Bureau saying? Let's have a look. The Bureau is now saying it's still fucking 19 degrees. 32 tomorrow. Fuck me. It might, seriously, might be a kilt stream tomorrow. Kilts are just a big fucking bit of material that you wrap around yourself. Heine, 17 gigabytes of airplane photos. Oh, nice. Sounds like you had a good time, man. The camera's still doing the zoom thing. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Yeah, I don't know. I just got a really cheap thing. I think I need to maybe go and get another fucking proper webcam because I just went into Officeworks and they don't have very good ones. I don't know. Oh, dude, sounds like a good day. Glad you had fun. Lots of photos. Yeah, I try to remember where I got the kilt. Like I think it was just called the kiltshop.com or something. But I love it's kind of like they're trying to act very butch, like because they have a lot of tartans. You can get all the tartans, but the black ones they call the utility kilt. Just like, yeah, it might be a skirt, but I'm the man. But I love the hybrid one. So it's the black material, but tartan in the pleats. There is a solid chance tomorrow night will be a kilt stream because it's going to be hot, not as hot as Monday, but it's going to be hot, and I'll maybe want some airflow. So I'll leave it up in the air, but tomorrow might be a kilt stream, honestly. Okay, so what are they saying? So tomorrow's 32, Monday's 41, then a massive temperature drop to 23, 22, 26, 20. So it's getting hot again next weekend, I think. We'll see. Some of the country areas on Monday are meant to hit like 45 Celsius, which is just fucking ridiculous. Ugh, we live in ridiculous times. Ugh. Oh my God, that old fashioned is fucking awesome. I also think this is going to be really good. I've got various little concoctions I've made that I don't have very often. They're really good. The spiced whiskey and the spiced brandy are really good. My spiced rum's really good. Oh, dude, like Celtic, my ideal weather is 22, 23 Celsius. Like spring, I love a Melbourne spring, 22, 23 Celsius. Once it gets over 25, I'm starting to go, it's a little bit hot. But yeah, low to mid 20s, blue skies, perfect for me. We've kind of passed the perfect zone and we're getting into the fucking hot zone now. Oof. Not a huge fan. Is that your favorite? 24 but cloudy? I love blue skies though. I fucking love blue skies. When I go for a walk with Mrs. Angry, walk around the park, and the contrast, because there's some big fucking trees in the park. Looking up at these big fucking trees with bright blue sky behind them, I fucking love that. It's so good. Ooh, Celtic, you like the cooler weather, 15 to 18. Dang. That's like the turn of seasons, that weather. Yeah, I'm kind of with you with 25. Once it gets past 25, it's like, it's a little bit warm. I don't really like it. Blue skies worried about, oh, okay. Little tip, You're falling into a bad thing there. Cloudy days when it's hot, you still get the UV. Basically, the thing is, don't be out in the sun without sunscreen. Stay under shade. So hot days with cloud, you still get burnt. But yeah, saying I like blue skies, I don't fucking like. I wear a big hat when I go out. If I'm going to be out for more than half an hour, I'm going to put sunscreen on. I put lotion on my face that has sunscreen in it. But if I'm going to be outside for more than half an hour, I'm going to be putting sunscreen on any exposed bits of my bod because I'm pale as fuck. 24 is not hot. It's warm. You feel 24. I reckon you feel 24. But if you were out all day, you'd start to get burnt. Basically, if you're out not undercover, if you're out in the everything for more than half an hour, you should be wearing sunscreen. Got a bit burnt going to Kiama. Yeah. Doesn't take much. Love to feel 24. Well, today was a bit warmer than that. It got up to like 26 today. I fucking love that we're just having these exhaustive conversations about weather because we're fucking nerds. So it's getting cool. Tuesday, Wednesday, going into Thursday is my. Apparently, it's looking like there might be a bit of rain on Tuesday. I don't hate rain. We've got to have rain. It's fine. But like Tuesday, Wednesday, cooler, a bit of rain, maybe a decent amount of rain on Tuesday. What are they saying? 1 to 10 millimeters. 25% chance of 10 millimeters. But it's going to rain on Tuesday. Partly cloudy, very high chance of showers in the morning and afternoon. Chance of a thunderstorm. Wednesday. Very low chance, maybe showers. Medium chance of showers in the morning. Mostly sunny. And then it's getting fucking hot towards the end of the week. So, hitting summer. Hey, Justin, how you doing? You come in as we're having a scintillating conversation about weather. Also, because you haven't seen the magic talking stick yet, I feel compelled to go, how are you, Justin? This is so stupid, and I love it. Taking it to work tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Monday. Fuck, I'm losing track of shit. But that's okay. Oh, fuck, that old-fashioned is good. Oh, my God. Fucking love it. Fucking yum, dude. Yeah, heat wave just before you go overseas. Yeah, Central and Eastern Australia is getting some fucking kick-ass temperatures on Monday in particular. But, we'll see. It's fun because I work for the government department that manages bushfire response, so I feel like it might be a kind of intense January, February. I'm taking 3 weeks off in January, so I'll miss it. But fuck. Celtic. Honestly, I will probably record myself and play it back and see what it's like. It's like, hey, baby, how are you doing over there? There is a little delay between when I say something and when this speaker says something, which makes me talk slowly. It's weird. This one doesn't work. This is supposed to be a robot? I forget what this one was. But this one is meant to be an alien. And this one is meant to be a robot. This, I think, is just some sort of demon. All right, I'm having too much fun with the stupid thing. You're doing night shifts at McDonald's? Holy shit, overnight, 12:30 to 5 a.m. I bet you get weirdos. When I worked at McDonald's, we did not have overnight. A Discord. Okay, you want me to rant on something? Well, let me fucking look. What have you posted? I don't even have the Discord open, so I'll open it. What do we got? Oh my God. Okay. All right. All right. Fuck whoever is responsible for this ad. Use AI. Oh my God. If I knew who the fuck was responsible for this ad, I would go Luigi on their ass if you picking up what I'm laying down. Again, anyone who would do an ad like this is a worthless fucking piece of shit. Like absolutely contemptible scum. Worthless fucking. I'm glad you did that, Justin, because I will fucking rant because fuck whoever is behind that ad. They are fucking filth. They are absolutely despicable scum. Absolute bottom feeding pieces of shit. Like, I cannot express my contempt for them strongly enough. They're fucking filth. Oof. All right, I should gear up for bedtime with something non-alcoholic. Oh, because I've had a few beverages in the first hour and a half, but it would be good to do something non-alcoholic before I go to bed. And also hydrate me. It'll make me have to get up at like somewhere between 2 and 4 a.m. to pee, but that's okay. That's fine. That is fine. Oof. Man, so I made a whole bunch of things today, and I'm going to make an eggnog tomorrow. It'll be fine. 8:30. Where the fuck are you, Justin? You're in Queensland? You're in crazy time? You just remembered you're in Queensland? Yeah. I don't know how long I'm going to go. So, you know what? I have just made an executive decision. Pump that up. I am going to do the Infinity whiskey in a barrel for, I don't know, a week or so, because I think that'll blend the flavors really well. All right. Let me bring this barrel over here. Okay, so let's do this. And we get the funnel. And we get the blend. And we pour it in. Okay, so this is only about 700 mils. And I think this barrel holds about, they said it was a 1 litre barrel, but I think it holds at least like 1.1 litres. Oh God, I feel like I need to go out and do a pee break. Let me try this. All right. And this one to top it up. Corn whiskey from WA. How close is it? No, it's still going. All right, that's done. All right, I reckon this is going to be good fucking whiskey when it comes out. Put the stopper in. Put the bung in the bung hole. What else do we have here? These are things I was going to try around Christmas. So, cheap whiskey number 1 went in 20th August. So it's September, October, November, December. It'll be 4 months by Christmas. And I think that's about a year in a big barrel. And this one was October 6th, October, November, December. It'll be a bit less than 3 months at Christmas. I'm going to try those 2 at Christmas. But I think this one, I'm just going to give it like a week or so to blend those flavors in the barrel. I literally have to do a pee break. It's really weird. It just overcame me when I stood up. I need to pee. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, lordy. Oh, shit. I got a little bit of twofold left. Damn, I should put that in the barrel too. What the fuck was I thinking? All right. I don't know how much room is left in this barrel. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I need to look. Is that full yet? No, I reckon we're fine. I'm being super cautious. Okay. Okay. And put the bung in the bung hole. Woo! Okay. So I think that's going to be a really nice whiskey in a week or so. Might even try that on party night next week, I think. What hellscape have you walked into? You have walked into the deepest pits of hell. You missed my voice changer. All right, there you go. Humphrey Lee, what pissed you off today? Seeing Quentin Tarantino, Roger Avery on Joe Rogan fully red pill. Ugh. But also, being a white guy in a position of influence, it's very hard not to be a cockhead, I think. What's worse, that ad or the be stupid? Oh, the stupid ad. Well, okay, so that rant I had about, Jesus, what was it? Was it jeans? I was just having fun with that. But that thing saying stop hiring humans, do everything AI is fucking contemptible. Like, the people behind that are absolute filth. Oh. Whew. You know what? Because I just went out and had a pee break. It made me think of the old days, like 10 or so years ago in my old house when I did blog TV. And I wouldn't walk away to pee. Like I'd be drinking like Pepsi Max or something, and I'd have an empty bottle and I'd pee under the desk while continuing to stream and then show everyone how much I filled it. Because I could like pee like a fucking liter. Like those Pepsi bottles were 1.25 liters. And I'd be like 3/4 filling it or more. Now I'm more dignified. Dr. Duck, MD, what's being okay? So red pilled. If we take that to mean being a misogynist reactionary fuckwit, it's bad because you're a misogynist reactionary fuckwit. To be fair, I think our system of celebrity is fucked and awful, and we put the people who are celebrities through terrible shit. Like, yes, okay, so they have lots of money and whatnot, but they can't have normal lives. We don't allow them to have normal lives, which is bad. And for, again, white dudes in particular, in positions of a high public profile and or influence, it's very hard for them to not be assholes because they just feel under scrutiny and under pressure. Celtic, you posted a utility kilt link to Discord. Let me have a look. Let me have a look what you put on the Discord. Oh, you put a video. Utility kilt commercial. Okay. Now I'm trying to remember. I feel like the place where I got the kilts was just called the Kilt Shop. No, fucking Temu wants me to buy it. Fuck you, Temu. Fuck you. Was it the Scottish shop? Fuck off eBay. No, it wasn't costume. Fuck you, Temu. Fuck you, Temu. You exploited a fucks. ScottishKiltShop.com. Actually, you know how I'll find it? By looking at my Gmail for the orders. Okay, let's see if I... And Ronk's following me on Twitch now. Well, that's fun. Now, okay, no, Gmail. Kilt. Do I have any kilt? Do I have any kilt stuff? No, summaries. I think it might be on my other Gmail account. Hey, Safa, how you doing? Joining me late in the night? Why not? Always good to see you. Dr. About, you back? Couldn't cope. Oh, the cat plush. Now there's a Duck Doctor Who in the chat. What a time to be alive. Yeah. And for the like, casing Quentin Tarantino or Drew making up conspiracy theories. Did they seriously say that? Oh my God, that's fucking stupid. That's embarrassing. That is genuinely embarrassing. All right. I am going to, okay, Gmail here. Scottish kilt. Yes, okay. So it was just called Scottish Kilt Shop. Okay, ScottishKiltShop.com are the people that I got my kilts from, and they're good. No, I haven't seen Ray's tonight, so maybe he's working. It's the whole thing. So yeah, that's my recommendation. If you're going for a kilt, ScottishKiltShop.com delivered me very good quality. I have two Scottish kilts, Safa. One is plain black utility kilt. And one is the hybrid kilt that looks like a black utility kilt, but in the pleats is tartan. Actually, is that in here or in the other room? Let me have a... You never know what's in the cupboard here. Let me have a quick look. What's in here? Well, some weird tartan pants that I don't fit in. Okay, that's my utility kilt. My utility kilt is in there. I think my hybrid kilt is on a chair in my bedroom because I left it there last time. All right, but yeah, for kilt fans, you know what? I might just do it. Even if I wasn't going to do it, I'm going to declare tomorrow night to be a kilt stream. I'll wear my hybrid kilt. You want to get a traditional Scottish dress in your family's tartan, clan shawl. Well, I will actually recommend scottishkiltshop.com. Oh, you missed me talking about that. I was fine. Mrs. Angry said I still smelled like alcohol, which suggested it was still working through my system. So she said, don't plan to drive a car anywhere, which I didn't. And then I maybe didn't get up properly till about 9 or 10 anyway. I first woke up at 6. But I was better than average. Like sometimes big Friday streams make me feel a bit seedy. I wasn't seedy at all today. I wasn't tired. My tummy wasn't upset. I didn't take any headache tablets. I was fine. No nap, Safa. It was a better than average Saturday, considering I stayed up till almost 2. There you go. Do I like what? Okay. If you were going to make mixed drinks or cocktails and get Wild Turkey 101. The standard Wild Turkey is 40% ABV. Wild Turkey, and the proof thing these days is just double the ABV. So 40% ABV is 80 proof. Wild Turkey 101 is 101 proof, which is 50.5% ABV. Just that extra bit of alcohol keeps the flavor when you're doing a mixed drink or a cocktail. I don't hate Wild Turkey. I don't have any Wild Turkey at the moment. I've had it in the past. But my recommendation would be Wild Turkey 101. Great cocktail or mixed drink bourbon. Oh, you at Tesla? Was that like a friend or was that an Uber getting in a Tesla? Yeah, no, I had a pretty good day. I was out and about. I did a couple things. I did all my household chores. So Saturday for me is my laundry day. So it's like get up, have a bacon sandwich. I was like, okay, I'm kind of with it now. I'm going to have a shower and get dressed. Then I'll do my laundry and then stack the dishwasher. And so with a lot of stuff from this, because I want all my cocktail making stuff clean for tonight. So I had all that in the dishwasher. There you go. So you're doing household chores as well. Oh, your mum has a Tesla. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so Teslas. Speaking of Elon Musk, I saw this stupid thing on Facebook today from a clickbaity site saying, like, oh, Elon Musk says he can have a tunnel from London to New York that would get you there in less than an hour for 20 billion pounds. And I was like, no, he can't. But also, he didn't necessarily say this because this is just from some stupid clickbaity site. And when I found out, so apparently it's been a topic of conversation for fucking morons for a while, like to have an under the ocean tunnel, whereas like a maglev train runs between London and New York really fast. And people had thrown around this figure that it would cost 20 trillion US dollars to do it. And the reason these stupid because no reputable news site was running stories on this at all, but a bunch of clickbaity sites were. And I looked it up, and the reason the clickbaity sites were saying Elon Musk would do a thing, Elon Musk did one of his regular meaningless tweets where someone was sharing one of these stupid fucked in the head things like, "Oh, we could have a tunnel going London to New York in less than an hour for $20 trillion." And Elmo said, "Oh, the Boring Company could do it for 1,000 times less," which is where these people were getting this $20 billion figure. And it's just like, no, he fucking can't. He absolutely can't. Like, the technical challenges for this under the ocean tunnel with a maglev train are insurmountable with current technology. It cannot be done. You can make up any dollar figure you want, and they're all equally meaningless because it simply cannot be done. And for Elmo to randomly tweet, "Oh, the Boring Company could do it for 1,000 times less," it is just typical ridiculous fucking bull. He just lies as a matter of course. Like, they've had, like, he's going like, "Oh, we're going to have a robot. Here's a robot." And it was just a human in a robot suit. And then the next one, it wasn't a human in a suit. It was an automaton, but it wasn't autonomous. A human was controlling it. It's just like, this weird fucking dork can't stop lying. He just lies all the fucking time. Aussie Celtic, you actually bought some wild turkey the other day. It's perfectly fine. It's like an entry-level American bourbon. There's nothing wrong with it. If you like bourbon whiskeys, Wild Turkey is a perfectly serviceable bourbon whiskey. It's nothing exceptional, but there's nothing wrong with it. Imam floored the test. They apparently have pretty impressive acceleration. Was that your experience? Teslas and other electric cars have fairly impressive acceleration. I don't know if you're making jokes about me. I don't think I did it. But again, Musk is just a pathological liar. Aussie bloke. Oh, was that? I know Veritasium is based in Australia, but he's not Australian. And in fact, he did a pro self-driving car thing. So I'm not sure who you're referencing. And I have to admit, for a while, I was somewhat of a cheerleader for self-driving cars because humans are fucking shit at driving. Oh God, I didn't have an accident, but I made a bad mistake the other day backing out of my driveway, narrowly avoided an accident, and I felt like a complete fucking idiot. But yeah, it turns out that the challenges of a truly autonomous self-driving vehicle are currently insurmountable. Like, Elon Musk has been lying for a fucking decade. For a decade, he's been saying, "Oh, Tesla will be completely autonomous and self-driving within 12 months, 18 months. He's just been fucking lying for a decade. They're literally no closer to a reliable, safe, autonomous vehicle than they were a fucking decade ago. Suggestion, you're saying the acceleration is incredible. Yeah, I believe they're just really effective with the. You get a very high performance electric car, and apparently the acceleration's like a fucking F1 car. I've seen some wild shit. Nah, you keep hoping that, Safa, that early December is the only heat wave, when the worst heat waves are always in January, February, and maybe even March. Let's just hope that this really hot weather in December is the hottest we get, even though the hottest is always in January and February and sometimes even March. I feel like, okay, so like I've been in my current workplace, it's coming up on 5 years because I started in December 5 years ago. And then the January after I started was the last really serious widespread bushfires in Victoria. There's always bushfires, but it was 5 years ago was the last really full-on ones. And I just kind of feel like this summer, January, February, even into April, March, and maybe May, is going to be nasty as fuck bushfires, which is going to make things hella interesting at my work. In the country, 2018 got to 46 for 3 days. Again, humans literally cannot survive temperatures like that. You get the places that have those over 45 heat waves, and it's like, that will fucking kill you. Humans cannot survive temperatures like that. And there are increasing areas of Australia that get that in summer. Jesus. Who the fuck? You know what kills me? When the overnight minimum doesn't get below 30. And Melbourne gets that fucking shit. And it's normally in about February, a crazy week or two where the maximum is consistently over 35, 40, but the overnight minimum doesn't go much below 30, and that lasts for a fucking week or two. That's bullshit. It is getting too fucking hot, dude. It's getting too hot. Oh, wait. Was that the person who... Thunderfoot's not Australian, is he? Dr. Abigail, it's a mystery why humans let it get this hot. I don't think anyone highlighted the things that were causing the heat increase and told everyone to stop it. I don't think that happened. I think it was just a huge surprise that no one warned us. Oh, Trump is never... Don't ever get excited at the idea of anyone suing Trump or saying Trump should go to... Trump is never going to face any consequences whatsoever. He will never face consequences, so just let it go. Okay, so Thunderfoot's been attacking... Yeah, and look, it's easy to attack Musk because he makes it easy. Dr. Duck, you're in Kansas. Long winters, now coldest month of Jan, Feb, last 3 weeks. Yeah, oh, dude. And Kansas was in the Dust Bowl in the early 20th century. Again, my apologies if I'm getting the geography wrong, but I feel like the really nasty shit that happened in the early 20th century with the Dust Bowl, Kansas was right in the middle of it. Yeah, you're in the Dust Bowl. Dude, ugh. And again, because, okay, like you're like the country areas here growing all the crops and what. No, I'm sure you weren't alive in the Dust Bowl. Neither was I. As fucking old as I am, I was not around when the Dust Bowl was happening. Did global warming kill? No, I think the Roman Empire just overextended itself, basically. Like, no empire lasts forever. Things just change, basically. Although talking about the Dust Bowl, I do is making me remember. Oh God. Okay, I've had enough alcohol that my brain's not working properly. The movie with Matthew McConaughey, Interstellar. The interviews with people talking about a Dust Bowl in Interstellar, some of them are actors doing stuff from a script, but some of them are real people talking about family memories of the Dust Bowl in the 20th century. So you know what I'm talking about, Dr. Duck. Interstellar. Is Thunder... See, I've not paid attention to Thunderfoot for a fucking decade. Dubbo is at really high risk of climate change because you go west of Dubbo. Also, Dr. Duck, for your information, I grew up in a country town in the western New South Wales, about 800 kilometres west, 600 miles west of Sydney, 600 miles inland. You go west of Dubbo, it's just fucking desert. So Dubbo is actually at high risk of being just... Okay, how many drinks? Let me see if I can remember. I had a martini variant, so that was gin. That was a double, and then I had my clarified cocktail. Then I had some little sips of things that I was just tasting. Then I had an old fashioned. I don't think I've had that much. Like you would definitely get, you know, medical people with their knowledge of the damage alcohol does to the body saying like, yeah, dude, you shouldn't have done that. And I was like, fuck you, you're not the boss of me. So I think I had 3 serious drinks tonight. I sound sober. Yeah, I'm kind of half Tim Smith, possibly fully Tim Smith, actually. Like, I definitely shouldn't get behind the wheel of a car at the moment. Fuck no. That would be a bad fucking idea. So I think I kind of had 3 serious drinks over 2 hours, which is not that bad, but it's probably, in terms of standard drinks, 5 or 6. 1 mineral water, which I'm still going with. So in terms of standard drinks, I think I had 5 or 6, maybe a bit more. I was super fucking lazy. Just did the Foods dinner. I think it was spag bowl, which is quite nice. Oh no, it was the mushroom and cheese tortellini, which is fucking nice with a cream sauce. God, I have a real soft... Sponsor me, Foods, you fuckers. I keep mentioning you. Give me some free food. And honestly, I can actually send free food to people because I get it so much. They go, oh, get some friends to do it. Particularly, I don't know if it extends beyond Melbourne, but I could send people a code to get free fucking food. Yeah, I'm a big mushroom fan, Safa. Yeah, Home for the Elderly. It's 2 things, like those various packaged things in microwave, whether it's Light and Easy or Foods. It's 2 things. It's easy as fuck. It definitely gives me more variety than I'd make if I was left to my own devices. And it's a controlled number of calories. Previously, when I was really disciplined, I lost, over about a year, I lost like 25 kilos on Light and Easy. I mean, I fucking put it all back on because I'm a lazy, indulgent fuck. But, you know. You need to have freezer space. And the thing I always throw out is it's more expensive than making your own food, but it's cheaper than takeaway. I am going until Mrs. Angry says she's going to bed. Dr. Duck, you're a wildfowl hunter. Oh, that's the thing. Just animal stuff like migrations and whatnot. As I've heard so many stories of people who say like, yep, no, animal patterns have completely fucking changed because of the climate change. And not just animals, plants as well. Plants flower. Are weird things. I don't know. Mrs. Angry might be playing games. She was playing Red Dead Redemption, the original. Oh yeah, come on the stream. Okay, I'll do the thing. There's a link for coming on the... I hear talk, so maybe Mrs. Angry's about to go to bed. So it might give us time to have a little chat. I don't have to go to bed like straight away, but I'm not. I in my head, I'm feeling like the latest I will go is probably 11. 'Cause I need to not be fucked up tomorrow. I wasn't really fucked up today, but if I did another really late one tonight, I would definitely be fucked up tomorrow. And I don't want to be fucked up tomorrow. So I'm going to be mildly responsible. Oh, wait, there we are. There's Dr. Abigail. Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, good.
Good.
I have two things I want to ask.
Yes.
Firstly, Dr. Duck MD is the best username I've ever heard.
Yes,
Well,
Dr.
it's
Duck,
not a
for your
question.
information, Dr. Abigail loves ducks. So,
But are you do you hunt waterfowl or do you hunt waterfowl hunters? That's what I want to know.
I got the vibe Dr. Duck is actually a hunter of waterfowl, which was not really going to be in your comfort zone. But they do
No.
appreciate the appreciation of their username.
Ah, yes. Because I do not approve of hunting waterfowl.
No, being a duck lover.
Because ducks are the best hunter of waterfowl. Well, I'm a hunter of waterfowl hunters.
Like you were on different continents. That's that's all
I will camp out and shoot hunt waterfowl hunters
Oh dear.
in Minecraft.
Is that it?
So, not that I've actually done that, but I think to since waterfowl are basically defenseless against hunters,
Yeah.
I think to make it an actual sport, there's no sport in that. That's not a
No.
sport. That's
They're
just
somewhat defensive. Like
yeah. I think we should even the playing field a bit
even the playing
and
field.
have the opposing side hunting the hunters. That's
Even
what I
it's
think.
kind of like even because I occasionally play Red Dead Redemption 2 on the stream, and even on that I go, okay, I don't want to upset Dr. Abigail. I won't shoot any ducks while we're on the stream.
Thank
I'll
you. I appreciate that.
I'll hunt other things, but I won't shoot at any of the ducks that are on.
I'm very fond of ducks. I may have mentioned this
Yeah,
on many
which is
occasions.
true. Although it's funny
Yeah.
because I thought, okay, I'm just throwing in again a bit of Red Dead nerdery. It's kind of like how if you shoot the various animals and then your character goes over and picks them up, it's going, oh, now you know what this is. And I used to think that was the only way you knew what the animals were if you shot them. But then I found out if you actually just get your binoculars out and look at things and it's going info and it's like, oh, now you know what that is. And I was like, oh, I didn't have to shoot all the animals. I could have just looked at them through the binoculars.
There's this board game called Wingspan. You may have heard of it.
Yeah.
It's basically competitive bird watching.
Competitive bird watching.
It's a very fun game. And it features birds from all around the world. And my friends know that if they collect the ducks and deprive me of being able to collect the ducks, then they draw my ire.
You'll be upset.
I will give them greasy side eye for the rest of the game.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like Dr. Duck, at least you're balanced and rational. And that's fine. I mean, because I live in an urban area, so I grew up in the country, and people I grew up with, they would do hunting, we have feral animals. I certainly never had a problem with like people going pig shooting and stuff because they were actually domesticated farmed pigs that had escaped. It is freaky how quickly pigs that were just in like a piggery who escape, in 1 or 2 generations, they fucking grow tusks and
Yeah.
They are,
Pigs are the worst.
yeah, and you know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about, Doctor Duck. Pigs are destructive.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I'll
and
agree to that.
yeah,
And feral cats suffer full on.
feral
Feral
cats are a
cats are
nightmare. Oh
just,
my god,
yeah.
I've told this story on the stream before, but
I
like,
fucking love cats, but
yeah,
feral cats kill them all.
yeah,
Like feral
yeah.
pigs, feral
Yeah,
cats.
feral animals are very destructive. Some
Yeah.
cousins of mine who lived on a farm outside of town where I was growing up, we were going out to their one, having a barbecue out at their place. And this might be a thing in Kansas as well, Dr. Duck, but here in rural areas, people will have animal hides. They might be cow hides or sheep hides or even kangaroo hides, and they'll have them as mats on the floor. And it'll be something that someone on the farm has killed and skinned and tanned themselves, and it's now a mat. And my cousins, and they also had some pinned to the wall. And there was one that was a really weird size. It was bigger than a rabbit, but it was smaller than other things. And it was this really lush, long hair. And it was reasonable, and I couldn't work out what it was. It was reasonably big, but it was this long, lush fur. And I was like, okay, I give up. What the hell is that? And he goes, oh, that was a feral cat. And I went, for real? Because it was huge.
They
It was pretty
grow. They
large,
grow.
but it was
Yeah.
also this incredibly long, lush fur. And he said, yeah, when we saw it, it was just covered in mud and matted, and it was this psycho killer thing. But when we skinned it and we cleaned the fur, it had obviously been a Persian cat with this really long fur. But like when you saw the size of the hide, it was like, that's a
Mm.
scary fucking cat. That was
Yeah. So there's something else I want to bring up, and please come with me on this journey, if you can. I want to draw your attention to um, earlier in the stream,
yeah.
not much earlier. Um,
Yeah.
our friend Safa made a comment. He asked the question, "Did global warming kill the Roman Empire?"
Yes.
And which is, I mean, I had to blink and just like read that a couple of times to
Yep.
understand the
I wasn't sure where
seriousness of
that was
that
coming from
question.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, like, is that a serious question? And is that him taking the piss?
Yeah.
Because if that's a serious question, here's here's what here's what I need you to do, Safa. I need you to first I need you to go to wherever you keep your stationery. I need you to get a Sharpie. And then I need you to wherever your hardware is, I need you to go get a hammer. All right.
Oh, no.
And then go with both of these. I need you to go to your bathroom. All right. And in the bathroom mirror, draw a big X on your forehead. Right. Right. Draw it with the Sharpie. Right. And then take the hammer and just belt yourself in the head with the hammer, just like until you can't feel that anymore,
Yeah.
because that's the
The
stupidest
short answer
question I've
is
ever
climate
heard.
change is a post-industrial revolution thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And yes, that's the
yeah.
simple answer about the Roman Empire. They stretched themselves
Yes.
too thin, and they got
They
corrupt
didn't have
and
the infrastructure
collapsed.
to
Yeah.
support the logistics of such a huge empire.
But mind you, it was a huge empire and it lasted a while.
Yeah, I mean, they bought themselves some time by splitting it in half,
Yeah. Yeah. But as the
to their credit.
recent A24 film Civil War said in its tagline, all empires fall.
Yes. So don't take this personally, Safa, but I love you, but that was a really
Yeah, that
stupid
was
question.
that was
I hope it wasn't serious.
you were a couple thousand years off with climate change,
Yeah.
basically. But
I mean, they were in a like like roughly like in roughly at the end of the Bronze Age. there was a seasonal increase in temperature due to what's it called?
Yeah,
Orbital cycles,
yeah,
and the days were hotter than usual, which is
yeah.
why like men wore
I know.
skirts.
He is saying he was
And
just messing about. There you go.
and then the Dark Ages came along like a 1,000 years or so later,
Yeah.
and it was
Hello.
fucking cold. It was called the Dark Ages, because there was a fucking volcano across the other side of the world that like blackened the sky, and because for like 100 years or so, it was fucking cold.
Yeah.
Cycles,
Yeah,
it starts with M.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah, something
based on
cycles,
the evidence we
and it's
have
orbital.
in the tens of thousands of years that modern humans have existed, there have actually been more extreme temperature changes than what we're experiencing now, but they happen slowly over
They
hundreds of
happen really
years,
slowly, not
not
over the
like
course of a
incredibly
decade.
suddenly, like what we're
Oh,
getting here.
and not as harsh. They're like
Yeah,
not as
and
profound.
and
Like,
it was literally a natural cycle as opposed to our unnatural
yeah.
cycle. Heine, what's that? What do we say to people who think, oh yeah, no.
Oh,
Logging
you
native
tell them
forest
to go
is a
jump
fucking
off a
stupid
very
idea.
short
Again,
pier.
talk to traditional owners of the land who did controlled burns on the regular to maintain the environment. Uh,
Mm,
anyone who literally uses that phrase, log native forests or we'll get bad bushfires, they are a non-serious person that there is very little value in engaging with. Because I feel like they're
Oh
either
yeah, what's up?
stupid as fuck or they are deliberately engaging in bad faith. So yeah. So Tim Tams, nice double stuff,
Mine.
mm,
double coat.
That's
Yeah,
mine. Give it
love the
back.
double
mm.
coat. Yeah,
Mine.
that's some good stuff. Yeah, Heine, it's the other thing. Why I go for non-engagement is because they're one of two things. They are either so fucking stupid, there's no value in engaging with them, or they are deliberately engaging in bad faith, and that also means there's no value in engaging with them. So
Yeah.
fuck them.
Oh, I saw Rob today.
Sorry, what did you see, Pat?
I saw Rob today.
Oh, you saw Rob. How's Rob doing?
Oh, Rob's good.
Rob's good.
I bonfire today.
You went to a bonfire.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Well, you kind of want to get that out of the way. You don't want to do it. It's going to be real hot where you are tomorrow and Monday.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. And so today I see Rob and I saw Rob's sister,
Yeah.
Lise. I saw more friends there,
Your old friends. Nice.
and my dad's there. Oh yeah, Rob said you gotta put both head.
Rob said I had a big head.
Yeah, but both head. You know hair.
Bookhead. Yeah. No. Well, again, Rob is also Rob's a big guy, but he's one of the people I said, "Hey, Rob, put my hat on," and it like falls down over his.
Yeah, I know that.
I do not have a normal head. I have a stupid, oversized head.
Why do you have a weird head?
I don't know, but it runs in my family. I kind of think
so it's genetic.
all my brothers in particular are big buff heads. Not actually, probably not. My oldest brother is a fucking short ass. He's like only 5'6", but but yeah, when you get closer to me, we all have big buff heads. But I think we measured it at one point. I had the biggest head.
Fair enough. What about Raymond?
Raymond has a much smaller head than me, to the extent that it's very hard to see him in most of the family photos.
Yeah, okay.
Because all the big buff
That's
heads
fair.
crowd him out. Again, for anyone who doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about, that's a bit of family folklore that I've shared on the stream. That at some point, some members of my family invented another sibling called Raymond, who's not actually. And some of them, they'll actually post old Christmas photos, like when the whole family's there. And then there will just be an extra little Santa hat off to the side. It is like, see, Raymond was just behind the lounge there. And it was the younger members of the family who did it. So I remember my oldest brother sort of going, fuck are people talking? Who's Raymond? What the fuck are they talking about? And you get the thing where he thought he was losing it. Like, am I forgetting someone? Is that what's happening? You know, it's just a very weird in-joke in my family that I have shared on the stream. And yes, Safa, as I said many times, I got hit in the head by a discus when I was at school.
So he didn't actually write discus, he wrote discuss.
I did have to discuss what happened when the discus hit me in the head.
Yeah.
There was a discussion to be had about
he's calling your head buff.
Yeah. My head is pretty buff, you know, as in hard and whatnot. Again, I think it's weird how clear my memory of that is, because I really explicitly remember the short version of this
had a
story,
concussion.
No, and I remember it all. So school, we were trying out for the school athletics carnival, and we're seeing who was going to be in discus. It was like whoever threw the discus furthest was going to compete in the athletics carnival. And we had the class weed. Lovely guy, Grant, but he was a stereotypical weedy guy, and he did the thing with it because everyone had to throw it. And he's
weedy?
Like weedy, as in skinny, and have you ever heard the term weedy, as in like a weed? So okay. So
what was he, tall and skinny?
No, skinny and weak. But anyway,
okay.
There's the thing. Anyway, so he did it. It was kind of like, and it went about 2 meters at a 45-degree angle, and I was being a fucking dick, and the cosmos struck me down for it. And I was like, hey, Grant, I'm just going to mark that. That might be a record. And so I walked out into the thing with a stick, and I'm sticking a stick in the ground going, don't worry, Grant, I'm marking it just so it's in the record books. And I had my back to everyone, and I clearly remember hearing the teacher shout, don't throw that. And then a couple of the lads go, look out! And I was bent over, and I started to stand up, and it felt like someone had stood above me with a shovel and smashed it into my head. And I just face planted into the ground. And what had happened, this thing that felt like this discus had just barely glanced off the top of my head. But it felt like someone just heavy. Felt like someone smashed me into the ground. And because it was a scalp wounds bleed like fuck. And I was holding the back of my head just because I kind of thought I should. Like, I went into shock. I wasn't feeling anything. And I was shouting. I was not even screaming. I was just shouting. I was going, ah, ah, ah. And guys were trying to get a look at my head. And guys who were much stronger than me were grabbing each of my arms and trying to pull my hands apart. And they couldn't get them apart. Just to look. And I'm going, I think they expected to see brains or something. And they eventually got it apart, and there was just blood everywhere. And they were like, ooh, that's nasty. And the school was across the road.
Assholes.
So two of the stronger lads carried me back to school. Like, I had my arms over their shoulders, and they dragged me. And I was just rambling, and they thought it was funny because they thought I was delirious, which I kind of was. But I remember I had my arms over their shoulders, and I looked, and both my hands looked like I had dipped them in a tin of red paint. They were just covered in blood, my blood. And I couldn't walk. I could not walk. These guys carried me back to the school, but I stayed
Jeez.
conscious the whole time, and I eventually got to the hospital, and then country hospital. I waited for 6 hours, and in fact, I only ever got seen because we didn't come in an ambulance. My mum drove
What
me,
the hell?
and because I
What?
was
You didn't get
conscious.
triaged?
No, I was conscious and talking, so they didn't think it was anything serious. And after we'd been sitting there for hours, a nurse came out who was a friend of my sister's and said, "Oh, what are you doing there?" And my mum said, "Oh, Andrew got hit in the head with a discus." And she said, "Oh my God, what did the doctor say?" And she said, "We haven't seen a doctor yet." And she said, "When did you get here?" It was like 10 o'clock this morning. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon at this point. And she ran out going, "Oh my fucking God." And a doctor appeared like 30 seconds later. So I'm sure the word malpractice and head injury came up.
Yeah.
And they go,
What the
but
hell?
again, miraculously, my skull wasn't fractured, like not even a hairline. And there was no, they did a bunch of x-rays. There was no brain bleeds. I had no negative effects afterwards, which just defies belief because a fucking several kilogram discus just smacked me in the head.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
So
everyone was like, yeah, if it had come in, it obviously hit you completely flat and just skipped. If it had come in on an angle, it would have just smashed your skull. It just would have straight through.
yeah.
It
So
just skipped right off the crown of my head.
yeah. So firstly, Safa, the word lanky that's exactly where I was going. If Angry had had a normal head, it probably would have missed his head.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If it had a normal sized head, it might have just missed.
It would have
big
just
head
gone
caught
straight
it.
over his head.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the time I was in, I don't even remember what year level in high school. We were playing, it wasn't lacrosse, it was hockey.
Oh, hockey's so dangerous.
Oh, but like one of the bullies in my year level lined up a shot right at me. We weren't playing; it was just before the game.
Yeah.
And unbeknownst to me, he was lining up a shot right at me, and he whacked the ball like full strength. This is not ice hockey. This is out on a
This is
ground
field
with
hockey.
a ball.
Yeah.
And the ball straight past my head. I felt the rush of air. Like
Oof.
I looked over just to see this ball straight past my head. If I had been like 5 centimeters to the right, it would have whacked me straight in the mouth, and I wouldn't have teeth.
Yeah, Dr. Duck. If that's at me, I was insanely lucky.
Yeah, me too.
And like of course, teachers back then, they just yelled at him, "Don't do that," and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, fuck off.
I remember the injuries we saw in field hockey. The worst one was, and weirdly, it was more often the girls' hockey than the boys' hockey where the injuries happened. One person who had they fell and their hand ended up between two hockey sticks, like the ball there and their hands there, and the two opposing players swung in and their hand got crushed between two hockey sticks and they lost fingers.
Because
the other ones were from the balls. And someone got hit in the head and they were out. Like there was a huge whack and the ball hit them in the head. And this again, when the girl, and she was just out. And she's just lying on her back and everyone's crowded around going, "Oh my God, is she dead?"
Girls don't have the same fear level as the boys do.
Yeah.
The boys are afraid of getting hurt as way more than girls are.
There was also a thing with getting hit in the shins so hard it caused a bone fracture. And that was either the ball or a stick. Just there were multiple leg fractures.
I play but bicycle.
You got hurt on a bicycle?
No, basketball. I'm playing basketball.
Oh, basketball. Yeah.
Yeah, once under 10, under a boy under 10,
Yeah.
and the ball, I play ball, the ball went away, the run, give it here, and run, and throw, and I broke my arm.
You broke your arm playing under 10s basketball. Oh my god.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ball.
How old were you when you were playing them?
Under 10, under the other boy.
Oh,
Under
yeah,
10.
but how old were you? Were you like 20,
Yeah, were you
25?
No,
did you just crash an under 10s game last week? And,
no, I didn't 10. I 10.
you were under 10. Okay.
Ah,
I
okay.
That
I remember
big.
seeing this video of like men's soccer where two guys are arguing like face to face,
Yeah.
and they just lightly
Barely
tap
touch.
each other
Yeah.
and just pretend to fall over.
Yeah.
And then there's
We're
like
going for the free kick. Yeah.
yeah, and then there's like a female soccer player with like blood rushing down her face and just saying, "No, I'm right. It's just like that's all you need to say about the difference between men's soccer and women's soccer.
I've seen a variation of that, and it was a really famous Ronaldo, one of the really famous soccer players. And the thing was, someone flicked his ear, like they were really annoyed at him, and
yeah,
they flicked his ear, and he suddenly realized, oh, that guy made physical contact with me, and he grabbed his head and went and fell over because he's trying to get a free kick. And there was a cut. It was the American women's rugby team, and this woman, she like had her fucking face smashed in, and there was blood everywhere.
Yep.
And she's just running down the field. She just spits blood out and keeps going.
Yep.
The contrast, because soccer's gotten really weird that the slightest physical contact can get you a free kick. So if they get the slightest physical contact, they grossly overact what the physical contact to try and get a free kick. But the contrast here of that, and that was like the absolute elite level men's international soccer, and then it was women's rugby, and she was like a petite blonde with a ponytail, but someone smashed her in the face, and she's just like, whatever, spit blood out and keep going.
Her arms come off and just like, I'll walk it off.
I'll walk it off. Yeah, the correct term is football, but also fuck people who get annoyed when you call it soccer.
Also, it used to be called soccer in England.
Yes.
Like, get over it.
When I grew up, no one called it football. It was soccer. Back when I was a young lad, there was no football. It was just soccer. But anyway, that's a whole thing.
I believe in like the turn of the 19th century, it was called soccer in England and Europe.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was also thinking of still going back to field hockey. My oldest sister played field hockey at school because we all went to Catholic school, and there were there was one Catholic school in Dubbo, and there were several state schools, and you play against them. And the girls at the state school played rough and would swear heaps. But my sister's coach was a nun, and was like, "No, girls, we've got to have the proper decorum." And they weren't allowed to swear or be rude. So what they would do, like the state school girls are like, if they took someone's legs out, they go, "Fuck you, bitch," and keep going. And so what my sister's team would do for the Catholic school, if there was a big clash and they went past someone, they'd say, "God bless you," as they went past. And it would fucking enrage the girls on the other team that it'd be like, take someone's legs out and say, "God bless you." And
that's awesome.
And the nun would go, "That's the spirit, girls." And the girls in the state school teams, they would get so angry that this team would swear at them, who would just say, "God bless you," every time there was a clash. But yeah.
That's actually brilliant.
It was pretty funny counter sort of I don't know what's the term, reverse psychology. Dr. Duck, your 20s, you got hammered and punched a tree. Yeah, you broke your hand. Yeah, a lot of us
Yeah,
did dumb shit in our
yeah.
20s.
Tree would win in that scenario.
Yeah, that's the only bone you've broken. Well, that's pretty good. I don't know.
I don't remember, but I do remember, like, the name of the league was called the it had both names in it, like the Soccer Football League or
Yeah,
something like that. I could
yeah.
look it up, but I'm fiddling with what I believe is a reaming bit. I'm not even sure. 6 mil
Oh,
reaming bit.
okay.
Don't even know.
The drill bit.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
got it's a weird drill bit. I'm currently drilling into a wax candle.
Oh, okay. Because you're bored. Okay.
Because I'm bored.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair. I
as
do
you
all
do.
sorts of wacky shit with a board. I had
Yeah.
another sort of clear ice making thing this weekend with my insulated coffee cups. It's always so fun to me. It's like I make my, it's very slow to melt. There's still a little bit in this glass, and I had it in here for 2 hours. But I make my clear ice with double wall insulated coffee cups, and depending on the cup and the size of it, it takes 2 to 3 days for it to freeze. And so I've got this whole cycle. That's a little one. It's going to be ready after 2 days. And I look and go, yep, I can see some bubbles locked in ice there. So we've got the maximum clear thing. So then I take it out of the freezer and I put it upside down on a thing where it can drain. And because unlike an ice cube tray, the coffee cup is rigid, so you can't flex it or it actually has to melt a little bit for the ice to come out.
After I finish something that I'm making now,
Yeah,
I'll get back to making the thing for
the
you.
ice cube. Yeah, because the prototype worked
I've
about
got
50%.
I've got a better design in mind.
Well, I have the appropriate sized ice cube tray with holes stuck in cut in the bottom. So
I've got I bought a couple.
Oh, you,
more
you got
to
one.
test with.
Okay. Because,
Yeah.
just we were in your neighborhood a couple times and were never able to find the appropriate ice cube trays. But
yeah, and you kept forgetting to bring that one here.
Yes, and I still have it. I kind of felt like trying it again and seeing because for those who don't know, the way you get clear ice is with directional freezing. So you have to, it has to be insulated on all sides but one, and then it freezes from that one direction, which pushes down the impurities in the air.
Pushes down all the impurities. So I found the article I read that discusses the name of the sport of soccer.
Oh, good. What does it say?
According to professor of sports economics at the University of Michigan, Stefan Zimanski, in a 2014 paper he wrote, the term soccer originated in the late 19th century England.
All right.
As a way of differentiating between various variants of the game, at which time they did not have a commonly agreed upon set of rules. So in the early 1800s in England, football and rugby existed as different variations of the same game. But in 1863, the Football Association was formed to codify the rules of football so that the aristocratic boys from different schools could play against one another. In 1871, the Rugby Football Union followed suit. The two sports officially became known as rugby football and association football.
Yeah.
Those new rules were slow to spread to America, where another version of the game was evolving. The rest of the world knows that as American football and is played in the NFL.
Yeah.
So in England, aristocratic boys came up with the shortened term rugger and soccer to differentiate between rugby football and association football. To support this argument, he cites a letter to New York Times published in 1905.
Yeah.
It was a fad, and quote, it was a fad at Oxford and Cambridge to use er at the end of many words, such as
Yes.
footer, sporter, and as association did not take an easily, it was and is sometimes spoken of as soccer.
Sock as in sock from
Yeah,
association.
association, soccer.
Yeah. The soccer. Yeah. Okay.
The term, he says, was widely recognized in England through the first half of the 20th century, according to data he crunched from books and newspapers. Became even more prevalent after World War II, driven, he suggests, by the number of American soldiers in the country and the infatuation with American culture that came after the war. But by the late 1980s, Brits started to turn against the word. Penetration of the game into American culture has led to a backlash against the use of the word in Britain, where it was once considered an innocuous alternative to the word football.
Yeah, they're trying to separate themselves
So,
from America. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, the Brits started it.
Yep.
And they invented the game, and it was colloquially known as soccer.
Yeah.
I mean, it was called football, but it was colloquially called soccer.
Soccer from the
But then
association and rugger.
association
People
football.
still refer to rugger for rugby. So also the fine splinters, because the rugby union was the Toffs game, and it's not going to be spoiled by a thing. So when I think the rugby league started in Australia with people who wanted to make money from playing, and the Toffs were like, that's beneath us. So they were like, oh, okay, well, we're not going to be part of the rugby union. We're going to form an athletic league. We'll call it the rugby league.
About that.
No, this is true, and that was so they could get paid for playing the rugby league.
Yeah, okay.
Like up at as recently as the 80s, rugby union was completely amateur. You couldn't get paid for doing it. Now it's professional.
Yeah, okay. That was over 40 years ago.
I know, long fucking time. But I'm not sure exactly. There was a period of at least a decade or so where international rugby union players were definitely making money, and it was just a grey area where they were getting sponsorship and whatnot. But then it became fully professional. Dr. Duck, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. It must be a very weird hour of the morning for you in Kansas. So I don't know if you're going to bed or if you're facing the day, but have a good time, whatever you're doing.
Bye.
And as Safa brought up Australian rules football, the folklore is Australian rules is obviously borrowing extremely heavily from Gaelic football. Like about 90% of Australian rules football is Gaelic football. And the folklore in Australia was that it was a fitness thing for the Melbourne Cricket Club in winter, in their off season. It's how the cricketers stayed fit, by playing this version of football that they adapted. And then it eventually became a whole thing where they developed a rigorous set of rules, and you had Australian rules football. And that's Mrs. Angry going to bed. So that means I'm going to bed.
Fair enough. Well, I was today years old when I found out that there's a thing called rugby league that's different from rugby union.
Yeah, no, actually,
because rugby's a more of a New South Wales thing, and you don't really hear much about it here in Victoria.
Rugby league is New South Wales and Queensland. Australian rules is Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia.
Well, Australian rules is like all of Australia.
It is now, but when I grew up, it was very much Victorian.
That's
started changing
since it grew out of the VFL.
Yeah, the Sydney Swans was the turning point, which was the South Melbourne team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Sydney Swans were the South Melbourne Swans. The Brisbane Lions were the
Fitzroy Lions.
I
know this because my father and my brother were Fitzroy Lions supporters.
Yeah. But
And
yeah,
my mother was a Collingwood supporter, so many a rivalry was discussed over the dinner table
I bet it was.
while I sighed.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm so old. Australian rules wasn't even talked about in New South Wales when I grew up. Like, no, like I literally had no idea. Like, I would occasionally see stuff in the newspaper about scores in VFL games, and because it was, goals behind. So I would what does that mean? Why are there different numbers? There's just a score. What the fuck?
Because people who play rugby, like they're
There's just a
dumb to
score.
understand.
You don't separate
Numbers.
tries and goals. It's just the score. So the way
Well, yeah.
VFL separated behinds, goals, final score, I would just look at it and go, "The fuck does that mean?"
Yeah, because like Neanderthals didn't understand different numbers.
Exactly. But I will also say, because I got made to play soccer as a kid and I didn't really like it. But in my later years in high school, we had a local Aussie rules team. That is by far a more fun game to play. Of the various football
It's so
codes,
chaotic.
for me personally, Australian rules is the most fun to play.
Fair enough. I couldn't care less about either of them, to be honest.
But rugby league and rugby union is just guys smashing into each other, which is terrible. And soccer,
I can't
I
imagine
never had the skill.
very healthy.
I didn't really have the skill for Australian rules either, but I just found Australian rules to be much more fun to play. But
Fair enough.
So Libby. Anyway, going to bed. So bid you
Good
fine
night.
and funky people good night.
Yeah,
I'll probably
bye.
be doing a stream tomorrow night. So bye for now.
You are totally